Hello and welcome to Market Wrap with Raja. This is a weekend edition, and we are finding that once again there is a new googly being bowled by SEBI. Yes, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. The Modi Nara has been continuing, and maybe SEBI felt that this time it needs to give all the cap portfolios a boost, and that's why they have come out with this regulation. All of you would have already read these regulations, but then this is going to have a different kind of impact and hopefully a positive one. I am Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and also your trading influencer. I've been in the markets for more than 15 years. I've been happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. Well, friends, I'm going to be showing you today a nice chart. So hang on till the end where I'm going to be showing you how are we paced right now and what is the kind of position we are in comparison to the other indices. So I'm going to be doing a comparative analysis, and let's see where are we vis-a-vis the small cap and the mid cap, which have suddenly come into prominence. All right. So when you looked at the activities on Friday, it did show us that yes, there is a great deal of possibility which is emerging, and we could definitely be looking at how the whole markets are going to pan out and the way the markets are getting set. Everything was pushing towards a positive outlook, but then somewhere along the way the markets tend to become a little confused, and what we saw is there was a bit of cloud. So let's try and find out how it could help. But if you look at the overall setup, there was some positive move seen in the IT, and TCS and Infi played a part in holding on to the Nifty gainers, while HDFC and HDFC Life they showed some bit of wariness, profit booking, जो चाहे कह सकते हो, लेकिन मार्केट में एक थकावट थी ऑन फ्राइडे, एंड दैट्स व्हाई यू सॉ दैट नॉट मच ऑफ मूव हैपेंड. अगर आपने गौर से देखा होगा तो जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज है इट कम्स ऑन अ फ्राइडे एंड इट कम्स ऑन अ फ्राइडे आफ्टर द मार्केट, एंड देन इट गिव्स अस अ नाइस सरप्राइज ऑन मंडे. क्या मंडे will it be time to cheer or time to worry? That is something which we need to find out. But from the way things are looking out and from the way the experts are saying, it is definitely a time to cheer, and maybe the impact when it starts rolling out and the way the markets are getting set for the further course of action, we will see it happening. So market में एक ही कहावत है, market में जो होता है उसी पे भरोसा करना है. न्यूज़ तो आते रहते हैं, लेकिन न्यूज़ का इम्पैक्ट हमें देखना है और न्यूज़ का इम्पैक्ट पे हमें काम करना है. So that's what we discuss every time in the market wrap. If you're watching the market wrap for the first time, I would like you to be our subscriber and also comment on this video as we go along. And I would like you to leave a like on this video, because lots of effort goes to show you how to look at the markets in the right perspective. All right, so let's go right in and find out how are the markets positioned. Nothing much to do in the last 2 days, but then there is definitely some interesting setup getting built. And let's begin our analysis and let's begin our dive right in. So I'm sharing my screen right now. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to be showing you how is the Nifty position. You can see here, this is the Nifty chart. And a Nifty chart, I have used the concept of pitchfork, and you can see the way pitchfork is structured. Pitchfork कह रहा है कि Nifty did dip down into a very important median line support, and on this median line support you can see that how the rebound has come. If I zoom in a little bit more, you can see here that there is a nice gap to the upside, and this upside gap has been retained. हालांकि SGX right now is trading on the negative side. We need to see what can happen as the markets progress, and how, if the dip do come in, what is the kind of levels which we are looking out for. So चलिए हम लोग एक बार ऑप्शन पोजीशन पे जाकर भी एक बार देख लेते हैं कि ओवरऑल सेटअप क्या है. निफ्टी के पोजीशंस कैसे बन रहे हैं और उससे हम क्या अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं. If you take a look at the Nifty option chain, there is some sufficient OI building on the downside at 11,300 put. You can see here, this is 11,300 put here. And the range has got a little smaller, and on the upside, it's 11,500. So right now, that's the 11,300, 11,500. And the next best strike which I saw is the 11,800 call. So you can see here there is some writing happening at 11,800, but then the first hurdle to cross is 11,500. So we have a tight range for the coming sessions, and we need to see whether the 11,500 is exceeded and whether we can go above it. So 11,500 would be the main point of contention, and it has to cross 11,500. So if you go and take a look at the chart as well, so let's see on the chart what is the setup which we are getting. You can see here the setup on the chart. Let me just remove this pitchfork and let me just expand it. You can see here the kind of moves which we are seeing. Yes, there is a nice rounding pattern happening here. और अगर आप देखेंगे तो it's almost like a, you cannot call it a head and shoulder pattern, but then this is definitely a nice rounding pattern which is there. So yes, what are the possibilities? The possibilities are this gap area. ये जो gap area आप देख रहे हैं, let me just hold on a moment. Let me just color this. You will get some idea of the gap. This is the gap which I had drawn. So ये जो gap area है around 11,500, that is going to be a bottleneck. So 11,500 will be the bottleneck area, and that's what the option positions are indicating. So you got to be a little careful as mood तो अच्छा है, लेकिन मार्केट साथ देगा तभी तो मूड बनेगा, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं बनने वाला है आपका. It is just a news which will get brushed under the carpet. Well, but then the way the news is getting panned out and the way the news is going to be implemented is something which we need to watch out for. No need to get overexcited, no need to get pumped up, but then the kind of research etc needs to happen, and we are on the work, and I'll be sharing with you some exciting stocks in few days from now on this very channel. All right, so that's the take on Nifty. So right now 11,500 is looking like the upside which is getting set, and let's see what our friend NeoTrader got to say about Nifty. चलिए निफ्टी पर जाकर हम देखते हैं अभी हमारा कंसोलिडेशन क्या कह रहा है. अगर आप जाकर देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर द कॉन्फ्लुएंस जोन विच यू आर एंटिसिपेटिंग इन निफ्टी, देयर इज नॉट much of confluence zone here. You can see that there is some bit of confluence close by between the R1 at 11,518, which was around the gap area, and the multi-day R1 is around the same level. So unless and until this 11,500 is crossed, you are not going to have much of cheer right now. So we need to wait for that. And once that happens, then yes, there is possibility of some upside. And on the upside, you have a confluence here and you have a confluence here. So once it crosses 500, you have a room till 600. That's for you on the Nifty on the upside. But then let's try and take a look at the downside as well. On the downside, you are having a lot of room, and yes, it could go towards 11,300. That's where there is a continuous development on the put side. So there are a lot of shorting happening there. So you could take this as a confluence zone. So 11,300 and 11,500, that is the range which we are looking for on the Nifty for the next at least for tomorrow. Let's see what happens, and then I'll be covering it up in my daily update tomorrow. So take a look at the video then. So those who have still not joined our channel, I would like you to join this channel right now, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay connected and also notified. All right, so now let's move into the बैंक निफ्टी. सबका प्यारा है बैंक निफ्टी, सबको ट्रेड करना है बैंक निफ्टी, लेकिन इसके चार्ट्स फिलहाल इंटरेस्ट नहीं दिखा रहे हैं और मुझे लग रहा है कि बैंक निफ्टी में एक रेंज बाउंड सिनारियो बन रहा है और इसकी वजह से आप अगर चार्ट पर देखेंगे तो काफ़ी गिरावट आई, 2000 पॉइंट से अधिक गिरावट आई, लेकिन जो गिरावट आई है बैंक निफ्टी में उसमें आप देखेंगे कि इट हैज़ कम इनटू अ वेरी गुड सपोर्ट, इज अ नाइस ट्रेंड लाइन सपोर्ट. सिंपल टेक्निकल एनालिसिस यूज कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पर ताकि लोगों को समझे कि दिस ऑल्सो वर्क्स. You don't need complexity in everything. Just like in life, if you try to make things very complex, it gets perplexed, right? So I try and use simple ways of understanding, simple ways of implementation, ताकि आपका जो मार्केट का अंडरस्टैंडिंग है वो बने रहे और आपकी जो जानकारी बने रहे. So after this I'm going to be discussing about an interesting chart, so stay along. That interesting chart is coming up in just a few moments from now. So this is the support which has played along, और यहाँ पर after this fall, these are called as small body candles. इसे डोजी कहते हैं. Uncertainty on the downside. So probably bank is taking some time to decide what it needs to do next. So well, on the downside, buys are 22,000 breaks, then it's down towards 21,000. So that's the room which is possible in Bank Nifty. So as long as 22,000 holds, everything is safe. If you see the maximum pain point which we keep discussing as part of the OI chain, it's around 11,400 in the Nifty, 22,500 in Bank Nifty. So that continues to be an important area to watch out for. And as long as you are aware of all these elements, it will continue to ensure that yes, I'm sorry, the maximum pain point is 22,900 in Bank Nifty. So that is where the concentration is, and it's not 22,500. It has shifted to 22,900. And the reason is that around this area, you can see here that there is a continuous consolidation here. That's why, again, the same concept of gap which was there in the Nifty continues to play here. So in and around this area, 22,800 to 23,000 is continuing to be an important area to watch out for in Bank Nifty as well. And if you take a look at the daily range, so उसके लिए हम एक मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर यूज कर रहे हैं, ADX DMI. इसमें फिलहाल दिखा रहा है कि यहाँ पे कोई इंटरेस्ट बन नहीं रहा है और there is no particular dominance of any particular trend. So neither bullish nor bearish. So it's better to wait and watch. As you can see here, news बाद में आता है और price action पहले कह देता है. So if you can see here that there has not been much of activity which is seen on the indices. You can see here even on the Nifty, if you see here, there has been some consolidation over the last 2 days because somebody always knows. This is a mantra in the market which you should never forget. So you can see here there has been some time taken and we need to see what is going to happen. So well friends, let's again take my help of my friend NeoTrader, or let's see what are the levels we should watch out for and whether NeoTrader also confirms to us. So you can see here right now at the higher levels you have got 22,600 which you saw here as a binding area around this zone, 22,600 as a binding area. So until R1 is crossed, nothing much is possible. And on the downside, you've got a confluence here at 22,200. And then your S3 is your target, so 22,000. So 22,000 on the downside is a threshold level. And on the upside, so first level on the downside is 22,180. Then it is 22,000. On the upside, it is 22,600. So well, the levels have been defined. It's going to be a very muted start unless some magic begins to happen, you need to take your action a little bit wisely. That's what I would reckon. Well, सबका साथ सबका विकास, all that is fine, but then market में जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. Okay, so let me just show you a chart now, which this is a analysis, relative analysis of the Nifty along with the mid cap, the small cap, and the mid and small. So you can see here the black is your this black is your Nifty chart, and the purple. Okay, you can see here these are the color combinations. You can see here the purple is your Nifty, the black is your small cap, and the orange is your mid and small, and the blue, light blue one is your mid cap. So you can see here right now the Nifty is trying to go up, and the small cap is still underperforming. The mid caps have done quite well, and that's why they are leading at the moment. The mid and small cap are leading at the moment, and now if things were to improve, then you can see this index definitely going up. So let me just add on the large cap. Let's see whether we have Nifty. Probably we'll just track it with the Nifty. You can see here that the Nifty is still underperforming the mid and small cap. So now if there were going to be some positive triggers, then we will have a revisit to this chart and we'll see that there could be a definite improvement. You can see here the way Nifty was definitely outperforming, and then soon towards in the last 3 months, the other smaller indices have taken over. There have been constant action, there has been constant participation, and now with the current news flow which is there, this could definitely take a whole new momentum and a whole new shape, and that could be one of the drivers here, and definitely it could outperform the Nifty. But then it is something which we need to see in few days from now, and that's what I wanted to share with you as part of today's presentation. I hope you liked what you saw. I've given you the levels to act upon, and I hope that you would act wisely in the coming sessions, and I'll of course be coming up with my updates. Till then, thank you for watching this video. I am Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. I've been in the markets for more than 15 years, happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. Have a good day, stay safe, stay healthy.